Hi, everybody. I'm Amanda. Welcome to my channel. There's a notifications bell down in the corner if you'd like to get notified as to when I go live. So, there are some things I really want to talk about. Number one, the state of our world right now. Even though for a long time, scholars and experts have been trying to get people to understand the depths of what is coming. Hi, Megan. Um, and there are pretty significant, hi, Karen, secondaries to climate change. And one of those we see is in the behavior of, hi, had not, in the behavior of species. And I'm not really going to be addressing climate change too much at this point. But what I want to say is that we have very little, it seems, to be able to stop hate sometimes. I think that as a vlogger on the YouTube community, and the YouTube community is global, I would like to personally thank every single person from around the globe that has sent me support and love and donations for our vulnerable, and I think that's the problem when we get into this us or them mentality. We are all existing the best we can upon this earth. And for the majority of us, we don't get a choice as to where that's at. We are impacted by where we live, our environment, our culture. Our beliefs are shaped by the knowledge and the information that we're exposed to. And I think that when we are, it just breaks my heart to hear any of the governments say that on a wide scale, our citizens hate anyone. I don't. I am unhappy with the ongoing crises and wars and the battle between if our resources start, hi, Pasha, when we go through like food insecurity and things like that, those of us with excess start hoarding those things instead of sharing those things when we know that that leads to animosity, that leads to instability. We are having a whole continent right now is freaking on fire, straight up on fire. People that have been my supporters since the beginning are losing everything. And there is no us versus them anywhere. I've experienced it so much in my life. This somehow separation of the humanity of someone. First, when, of course, being an abused child in an unstable environment, you know, being the dirty kid, being the kid that always had to wear long sleeves because of the bruises, being the kid that acted strange because they were being assaulted, sexually and physically and emotionally. There creates this difference. But in that, luckily there were people in my life that understood that we shared humanity. And it didn't matter where I came from or what I looked like or where I was from to care about me. Hi, Stephanie. Happy New Year. And same thing in foster care. I went to school and I was the strange kid that lived with other people. You'd say mom and dad, that's not your real mom. That's not your real dad. Thank you, Tony. I hope you did too. Um, so there was that separation. And then of course, you know, even in being a domestic violence survivor, there was human beings that were like, well, I would have left. I would have done this. I would have somehow separating our humanity and thinking that, and unless you have literally been in a situation, it's very hard to understand what you would do and what the choices available for you to do are. But that's where I want us to all just like, as a world, critically think. It doesn't matter, no matter what your culture is, what you believe, what your religious beliefs are, what your beliefs are, period. If it is hurting another human being, if you're hating another human being that you don't even know, I mean, come on. If you're going to hate somebody, have a good reason for it. Like, um, they personally raped you or somebody in your family, hate them. But hating people that you've never met based on this belief that somehow there is not a significant amount of people worldwide that are completely vulnerable to these changes and have nothing to do with it. Yet they are the ones who are most affected. It we are going to have to work together. We are not immune from these changes. We are not immune from the secondaries that happen when human beings are stressed. When human beings are stressed, we tend to band together and get really fearful. We do that as a species. Other species do it other ways. Like you'll see threatened bugs change color or, birds puff out. Species act under stress in very predictable ways, and so do we. But here's what we have this amazing ability to question our thoughts, to question our beliefs, to make sure that no matter what our personal beliefs are, that we're in line with what's right and that we're listening to people who have spent their lives. We're looking towards peer reviewed. And I hear this all the time from people. Well, I found, this study that says this. Okay, is it peer reviewed? What do their colleagues think of them? Because that's a big deal. Okay, there's many times where you get these outliers who are like, I don't agree with all the experts. Yeah, well, they're all the experts. Mm, and I just today's a sad day. Today is just heartbreaking. Indonesia's underwater. We have not only was our states burning just a little bit ago in floods, we've got an agricultural disaster in many states of different proportions. We've got an entire continent. To my people in Australia and those who have loved ones in Australia, I can't even. I I, I my heart goes out to you, but I've never been chased by a fire. And I know that as a world, and we all contribute to this crisis, and I can't help but take it personally when I know this and I know the love and support worldwide that I've received and the knowledge and the inspiration. And hey, I find it in my personal life so inspiring when people of different nations reach out or say hello or whatever that is. And it happens so often, and it enlightens me and it inspires me, and these stories of our shared humanity. And then when and I'm not looking fake news media or any of that crap. I'm looking at what is actually happening in our world. And I want to reach out and I want to say, don't get caught up in the everybody hates A, B, or C. You know what? I get it. I get disliking policies. Get disliking I get disliking religion. I get disliking all of that. But you don't have a right to hurt people or kill them based on that. We all have to work together right now, no matter where we are. This is our planet. Like, come on. All of this other stuff, like the only way that humanity is going to survive this is if we work together. And if it has to come to war, then we'll put our leaders in a ring. I don't know what to say. Like it's we've tried it for millennia and it's never worked. So I think our only option is loving one another and working together. And that doesn't mean tolerating hate. It doesn't mean that there's no recourse for those that abuse human rights. We need to have a very firm stance on that. We need to have a strong stance on that. And I think that that's part of knowing what's right or wrong, no matter what. Like, you can't allow things to go on that are killing people. So we're not going to let, the globe is not going to let, Ebola spread everywhere. So why would we let human rights abuses? Why would we let humanitarian crisis? Why would we let any of that stuff spread everywhere? We understand that viruses and bacteria cross boundaries. We understand that contaminants cross boundaries. We understand all of that. Why can't we understand that 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 war upon the planet that we live upon is pointless and self-destructive? So I just had to say something. It's burning a hole in me to think of all the amazing, lovely humans that I have met throughout my journey in this life, that we're being taught to hate one another. And I refuse. I absolutely refuse. If I am going to, and I'm not immune to hate, there is some things, but it's more actions. Like, I hate hate. I hate violence. I hate racism. I hate anything that tears us apart and causes trauma to one another. I think in anything we need to think about moving through our lives while inflicting the least amount of trauma on ourselves and others. Maybe that's it. Walking through life inflicting the least amount of trauma to our environment, including ourselves and those around us. Like, maybe I solved it. No, I'm kidding. I know things are more in depth than that. Karen, the sad part about war is the people get certain people become rich people through war. That is true. And a lot of this is about greed and about power. And that's something that holds true. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Um, when we start forgetting about our shared humanity, it doesn't matter whether it's in the homeless crisis or whether it's in global conflict. We share this planet. The effects of war do not stay within the confines of the conflict. There are children that are affected for the rest of their lives. There are adults that there are families that are ended. There's genocide. That these effects do not stay within that. And to think that that somehow is going to solve the crisis that's coming and facing us and not hurt us in a way that we won't be able to recover from is really harsh. So I think that you know it, the reason, and I've done so much thinking, because the thing is I used to never think that, even going through foster care and seeing group homes. If I was in a group home for a while, I never would have thought that I would live to see a day where children are ripped away from their families and imprisoned with a mylar. A mylar. It is tinfoil where doctors would be arrested for trying to vaccinate and give flu shots so nobody dies. I didn't, what? And I didn't think that I'd be helpless. There were all these scenarios that, used to run through my mind. Well, if this happened, I would do this. And if this happened, you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's a powerless feeling. So the only thing that I think that we can do is stand up, each person, and say, no, I refuse. I refuse to hate. I refuse to take part in this. I refuse. I refuse. I only will allow action centered in love and love for all beings. So, hi, Shona. Thank you. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Thomas. Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, True Serenity. So, I mean, I know this was kind of an emotional post for me, and I was going over and over and trying to think of ways to, say it. But the only way to say things is sometimes to just say them, say what's on my mind, say what I'm thinking, say what's, you know, going through my head. And that's thinking of all the people that I've met that are just these phenomenal people in all of these countries suffering, like truly, truly, after they've been so uplifting and supportive, that they're suffering. And I can't help. It drives me. So I can help. And what I can help with is standing up and saying this, by being another voice. I can do that. Um, so that's what I'm gonna do. So anyhow, I do have another quick message. Somebody in who is connected to my family. It's my family from Wisconsin. They're very close to me. Sheila, they're part of her family. Um, Sherry, love the hope in the new year message. You look so good. Love the hair color. Can you tell I'm Canadian for my spelling? I can't. I am not good about telling where people are from, but one thing I do love is when people tell me. I like kind of looking it up and kind of seeing what the communities are like there, the culture. It's neat. It's like a learning experience, and I like to, it's for me, it's just so enlightening. Hi, Roxy. So anyway, so Aleta has been affected again by breast cancer, and she has two small children and a husband, and she has started sharing her journey on YouTube. And I want her to have an absolute strong support team. And I know that you guys are amazing. I have amazing viewers. Um, Here's the thing that I ask. I'm going to put her name up so you can subscribe to her on YouTube. And I thought a long time about this before this message. What she needs is love and support. What she does not need are, unless you are literally her oncologist working for her. Do not post messages of any kind of cures, any kind of natural remedies, none of it. Don't do it. Because if I see that and I see her getting spammed by that, by a particular person, I will ban you from the channel. But I'm still going to put it up because here's the thing, she needs all the support she can get. Another thing, you can definitely pray for somebody, but it is when somebody's undergoing these kind of treatments, it is not a recruitment tool for your religion. So you can definitely say, I'm praying for you, I'm thinking of you, sending supportive love, whatever, but it is not a stepping stone for recruitment. So please don't do that either. But I'm actually going to type in her name so you guys can look her up, and all the messages of love, all the messages of, if she could get just as many amazing, phenomenal people as I've come to know through my journey here, I want her to I want her to experience that, and I want her to have all of the love in this battle because I can't imagine. And so, and her husband Ben used to watch my children when they were growing up. Um, his sister Shira is the one that I photographed her wedding this summer. And so these are close family members, and I can't do anything for her. But what I can do is I can say, hey, I've got these amazing people in my life, and I know they'd be happy to support you. So, man, I am freaking emotional today. The world got to me. Oh, wow. Hi, Marcos. Sherry, we put a U where US. Folks don't expect to see it. Good speller. Thanks. Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. So I put her name underneath, you guys. Yeah, please, if you can. Her name is Aleta Perigo, and definitely just give her support. But like I said, keep your remedies to yourself unless you're literally her doctor or oncologist, and you can think and send thoughts and prayers, but it's not a recruitment tool. Please don't do that. Hi, Kate. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, and Kate, I gotta say thank you for the firewood and your support. Megan, everybody, you guys are just amazing. And I think that's, why I had to come up here and say something is because I know for a fact how many amazing, lovely, kind, generous, phenomenal people are from every corner of this planet. And I refuse to hate somebody based on where they walk on it. So, okay, yeah, my emotional butt is gonna get off here, probably drink some more coffee. um, so the things that are needing to be done are getting done, and in the descriptions, of course, there are ways to support me and my channel. I'm going to keep the wish lists updated, um, and I want to thank you all. Thank you all for being just great people, and I count myself very lucky, and I'm very grateful, and I'm grateful for the knowledge that there are these amazing people everywhere. So, okay, I'm going to get off of here, and I will talk to you all later. I hope you all have amazing weekends. Bye.